What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of my Clean With Me series. And if you guys like to see dirty things get cleaned, then this video is for you. Alright, so taking a quick look around this disaster work truck, and there is a massive pile of dirt and mud all over this truck, including in the wheel wells, which are stuffed full of mud. So in this video, you'll get to see it all get blasted off with the pressure washer, which is going to leave my garage floor an absolute mess. And then my floor drain is looking rather full and disgusting too, so we'll get that cleaned up too. But just before we dive into the dirt, take a quick second and subscribe to the channel and make sure you've got the bell on so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alright, so like I mentioned in the main channel video, the owner of this truck uses it entirely for work, as he owns his own company, works as a first responder, and also does a little bit of farming. So there's good reason for it to be as dirty as it is, since it gets used and driven an absolute ton. And if any of you are wondering what pressure washer I'm using here, it's a 1900 PSI 110 volt electric Bertolini pressure washer. It moves 2 gallons a minute. I bought it a couple of months ago to use inside my garage over the winter instead of my Honda, and I'm absolutely loving it so far. Now, if some of you haven't already seen the video of this truck on the main channel, I figured I would let you know that the underside was sprayed off with my undercarriage sprayer, even though it's not in this video, which is of course really important to do in the winter here to get all of that road salt off the truck. Alright, so turning to the garage floor now, and I know in the last video a lot of you suggested using a squeegee to move the mud around, so I just wanted to clarify why I don't, and that's because the floor has a fairly rough and raised anti-slip texture to it, which means it isn't perfectly flat and would more than likely tear up the rubber on a squeegee. Now that being said, I do use a large push broom as you'll see shortly, but I'll typically just start out with the pressure washer to kind of just get the outside edge done, and then with a bigger pile in the middle, that's when I switch over to the broom. I do clean the floor during each detail and have definitely fine-tuned the process to what's quickest. And now if any of you are thinking to yourself, man, this guy's water bill must be crazy high, you'll be happy to know that it actually isn't. Water is fairly cheap here, which is nice, but rest assured that I do pay for every drop that I'm using, and it's all going to be treated and reused, so I'm in no way wasting water by doing this. Alright, so once again, I'm going to channel my inner Mike Rowe and tackle this dirty job of cleaning out my 2-compartment drain pit. And I'll first start by cleaning off the top lip and then start scooping out all the mud. And I remember from the last garage cleanup vid, a lot of you suggested using a shop vac to do this. And unfortunately, that's just not a possibility, as you might be able to see that it's very thick mud that I'm dealing with here. So in no way could a shop vac ever suck that out. The easiest way to do this is to just scoop it out. Usually only takes me about 20 minutes to do it, and I generally only have to do it about once a month, but of course that depends on how dirty the vehicles that I get in are. All right, so with the drain pit all cleaned out, I'll fill it back up with water. Just let it run for a minute or two to flush through a little bit more of that dirty water. And that's really all I have to do. Like I said, during the winter when I'm detailing in here, I clean it out about once a month. But in the summer when I'm washing outside, it really doesn't see a whole lot of dirt. So I can go quite a long time in between cleanups.